Got Mater and we got K Jones.
Hello, everybody. Missy said hi too. Say hey,
Yep.
Missy.
Hey, Missy.
Hello, Mater.
Hey, Missy.
Oh,
Oh boy. You're not getting a case of the gases are over there, are you already?
who me?
Yeah, you.
No, that was the my YouTube side.
Ah,
When it took 8 seconds or 7 seconds, I forgot the YouTube comes on automatic.
I figured you might have had one of them gas attacks. You didn't want to let everybody hear
Oh no,
it.
uh. So I just clicked on that that tab next to the StreamYard tab, and then hey, Crystal.
What's up, Rachel?
Hello.
So hey, Raging. So all I did was click on the YouTube tab, and then I just paused the YouTube live stream.
What's up,
Oh,
David?
just
Oh,
mute
son.
it, and that'll let
David's
it
not
run,
here.
so he'll get a little bit of view time.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
still watching because the chats popped out on the side, so that counts as watch
Uh,
there.
Ah, okay.
Didn't know that.
Cool
Yep.
gamer.
Hey, cool gamer. Hope everybody had a good Christmas. Boy, it's warm today. We got a heat wave. It got up to 52.
We had that yesterday because I was able to do laundry.
It got down to 51 up to 51 yesterday, so uh or 3. But it felt better than 15
Oh yeah, yes, I
and
know my button's going off.
19 in the daytime, so yeah, it definitely felt better than 19. I went outside to check the mail and I didn't even have a coat on or nothing, and my
Hey, sweetheart, go to bed.
kahuna shrunk up.
Hi
Well,
guys.
I know most of the day for me, I haven't been running the heater out here in the garage, but I've got it turned on right now because that sun's going down. It's getting cool out right now.
It is. Hey, Renegade.
Sweetheart, read private chat for me.
Oh,
Hey, Raging.
all right.
So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the stream, and I'll come back
All right.
because I've got stuff to
Okay.
do.
All right.
Hey,
All right,
Rated.
guys.
Hey,
What's up, Raging? Where you at tonight?
still up here in freaking Illinois.
Damn.
Where were
Yeah,
you at yesterday?
I was watching movies with the wife.
Oh, okay. I sent you an invite.
Yeah, I missed Theo's live stream last night, and I missed your live stream. I
I
missed
missed
everybody's live
Theo's.
stream.
I missed Theo's. Hell, I had a good excuse though. I was dead to the world. I was dodoing. Man, 4 nights of staying up all night, and then daytime too. But I mean, Missy, we was taking turns. Like 5 hours shifts or whatever, and but that time I was up for 17 hours. So, dude, and I only slept like 5 hours. Missy had woke me up.
No, by the time I got up and came out, looked at the phone, and seen everybody's live streams, I'm like, oh man. Oh well, I'll catch
Yep.
them next time.
I saw that you wound up going live. It's like, okay, I'm gonna wait. Oh, never mind. Too late.
I saw the email the next day because uh, I was sleeping for that too.
Yeah, that was Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I was running that water running my cold, shut the cold off in the bathroom, turn the hot on, couple minutes, shut it
Right.
off, flush the toilet, come in the kitchen, run the cold. Every 30 to 40 minutes, I was doing that. I was doing it every 30 minutes. Missy was doing it every 40,
Hey,
45.
Tommy. How you doing? Yep.
And so no busted water pipes, no frozen pipes, no frozen hot water heater. So I'm good to go. Not like half the people in town that's got busted pipes.
Yep. And they always say, cold weather, let your water run. That way it won't.
Yeah.
And for me, I'll crack open the hot and the cold water.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
But the news tells you drip your faucets or whatever. But
Right.
the cities, the towns are like, no, we lose pressure. And that's what happens when you drip your water and you go to bed early, say about 7. Everybody else goes to bed about 10. They drip in their water. And all of a sudden your pressure drops and you're not dripping or you're not dripping fast enough.
Well, you got to ask the city, are they
It's
going
not
to
really,
replace the pipes when they bust?
and it's not really dripping. It's running it slow.
Uh-huh.
Now,
Well,
what you said about pipes, Braden?
You going to ask the city, they're going to replace your pipe if you bust them?
No, but you can turn your water off. And, open your faucets before you turn your water. Turn them all off. I mean, on. Wide open. Every faucet you got in the house. Shut your water off at the meter outside. And you don't have no pressure in the pipes. And then, the reason you open the faucets is for the vent. Okay. And then all the water will come out and then it'll settle and you don't have your pipes are not under pressure.
Right.
But it still can bust your pipes because you still got water. Now, if you got an outside valve, under the house, if you got a valve, you can crack that open and all the water will drain out.
Yeah.
That's the best thing to do. Just add a faucet underneath, in line on the back end of the house, like going to like me, I'm off the ground. So people on the slab don't have to worry about shutting the water off. Their pipes are well insulated.
Yeah, but they can still freeze if you got them in a concrete foundation. And
I've never seen a pipe freeze in a concrete slab.
I have.
Because the ground is warmer.
Yeah, well, I've seen and heard about several people where they've got concrete foundation and they've had a water line bust because it got so cold.
Wow.
You got to consider the fact is that, that water line, it's buried in the ground also before it hits that concrete.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's cold enough to get down to where that main water line is, and considering the fact that your meter is not insulated, it's getting that cold water there. Or it's
Right.
that cold's hitting that meter. That meter is brass. Well, brass will absorb that cold real fast.
Yeah.
So if your meter freezes, then the rest of your lines, going into the house are going to freeze.
But your meter doesn't really freeze because of all the continuing water flow that's before the meter keeps that water circulating at the meter. Now, after the meter, it's under the ground.
I'm still saying there at the meter and shut off because, like for me, where my meter is, that's where the shut off valve is for the city.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All that water, even if it's shut off there at the meter, you still got water in your line. It's going to freeze there. It's going to continue all the way up into the house. So.
Yeah, but that's a very, very hard freeze for like minus 20 degrees for 3 days. Then all that water in them pipes will freeze.
And all it takes is anything, say 20 degrees for a couple of days, and that's it. But still, I've seen and heard about people having concrete foundations and you got to consider concrete, it absorbs heat, but it also, takes that cold too.
You know, your
Okay.
house is insulated and you got your house heated, so your concrete slab is always warm.
Not
And
all
the
the time.
geothermal under your slab, that's warm too. That's way below, way above freezing under your slab.
Yeah.
Oh, and when you get up at night to pee, you always flush your toilet. So that's circulating your water too, you know.
Yeah, but the outer edge of that slab and everything, that gets cold. And that's going to be right where your water line's going to be coming in.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've heard of people
Hey,
and
freeze it.
seen it where people have a concrete foundation, they got to call a plumber out because the water line busted in the foundation.
I never heard of that.
I have.
Well, that's up by your area or
Yep.
down by Houston.
That's my area.
Okay.
All right, no
Hey,
problem.
Money, May Scott, David, Tommy. I
Yep.
think I got everybody.
But now for me, like I said, I will run the hot. I'll crack open the hot and the cold, and I'll get a couple of faucets going.
I just was running it every 30 minutes, couple of minutes. I came out all right.
Yeah, well, like I
It
said,
was worth it losing sleep.
and I'll let it run all night long, pay that little bit higher water bill, and get some good sleep. But now around here, we don't have like the water station, where it's, everything's under pressure. We got the water towers, and they pump all that water up to the top of that tower, and that's how we get our water pressure. Because that tower is a couple of 100 feet up in the air, and that pressure, that water, just gravity alone is enough to do that for us.
Right.
That's why if you look at high rises in your major cities, if you go around and you look at some of them skyscrapers, they've got water tanks up on top of the buildings because they will pump water all the way up to the top, but into those, several hundred or 1,000 gallon tanks, and that's what supplies water to the building.
Yeah, but they have pumps doing that though, going to every office. I mean, all the pipes are under pump pressure, not gravity pressure.
Okay, but they pump all that water to the top where they're
Oh yeah.
okay. But them tanks, once they get to a certain level, them pumps shut off. They're not running all the time.
Right.
But they run that, they pressurize the line going up
Mm-hmm.
tanks.
Yeah, it's only when you need water the pump automatically comes on because the pumps are built in up there. They call those the penthouse suite. I mean, not the penthouse like the rich people. I'm talking about the very top of the office buildings. That's what they have. They have a floor that all the mechanicals are in right there, like for your fire water, your fire sprinkler water and stuff.
Right.
And you can see those in the stairwells too. All the pipes running up in the stairwells. That's where a lot of those come up.
Right. But they get their pressure all from that tank. That tank
Right.
is at the top.
Right.
So the gravity on that's what's forcing all the water down. But
Uh-huh.
most of their pumps are down in the basement of the building for sending the water up.
But they do have pumps up on top coming out the tanks going down into the building. Because it's not gravity that's feeding all them offices. It's pump pressure.
No, they're all done by that tank that's up on top of the building.
Yeah, but there's pumps after the tanks that's pumping the water out of those tanks going down in the building. It's not relying on gravity.
Hey, Daryl, thanks for Laura Reynolds, Rail 922.
Hey, Rail. Hey, Dancing. Hey, Daryl.
Daryl. No, there's no pumps on those tanks. It's just like the water tower I've got here. I open up my valve and everything, and it'll allow it's a gravity pressure from them tanks.
Mm-mm. No, they got pumps. They do. Mater. I was a superintendent, and we built 5, 6, 7-story buildings. They all got pumps out to the tank.
Okay, but Cajun, I'm talking about like the ones that are 50 or 60 stories.
It don't matter. They still got pumps. Because it's not gravity running those fire extinguishers. I mean, those fire sprinklers.
Well, that's on a different system. I'm talking about like for a faucet in a kitchen or a bathroom.
It's pumps. Believe me. I'm
That's
serious.
not well, that's not what I've been told.
Well, you must have heard that at a very young age.
I'm talking about within the last 5 years.
Okay. No, it's not true. Now somebody probably said the building can get water. The office is down, can get water. If the pumps go out, they can get water just from gravity. Which that is true, but it's not under pressure.
Derek, the reason they put those tanks up there is that way they can get the water up on the very top and everything.
12 years.
I got something you'd like.
13 years ago, they had 1,000-gallon tanks on the 6th floor, which was the penthouse suite for the mechanicals in Tucson. On-demand pump. Well, that could be, yeah. And that is part of what I do daily. Yeah.
Can we say 9 pounds of crocodile meat shipped up from Florida?
You got some gator.
9 pounds of it. Yeah.
How'd you manage to get that?
My sister sent it up, but it's like an entire box full.
Damn.
Your nieces brought that up on the bus?
No, they sent it up, but through Fed Up.
Oh, Fed Up.
And Tommy had a question. What's so bad about limestone? I got a limestone foundation. Ask anybody that's ever had a limestone. You go like this, you just rub it and it crumbles.
Hmm.
It's real soft. It's real porous. It absorbs moisture. And I've had to have this mine's stacked limestone, and I've had to have it cement put over the top of everything.
Is it limestone or flagstone?
Nope, it's stacked limestone, not flagstone. There is a difference, but they're both bad.
I know that. That's why I asked you if it was flagstone or limestone.
No, it's stacked limestone, and it absorbs moisture, and the average life expectancy is only like 7 or 8 years before it starts to crumble. The only reason why I think it survived here so long is because we constantly kept up on it. But if you don't keep up on it, your whole house could cave in and fall in if you don't. And it's worse when you got a basement under like I do.
Hey, Chef Scott.
It's actually terrible when it comes to
Yeah, true, Terry.
longevity.
Sprinklers are fed by the same main, but use a different piping system. And I tell you what, you see all these movies where the sprinklers go off, in school or whatever, and all that nice, clean, clear water comes out. Bull butter. That's not what happens in real life. All that pipe, that water's been setting, and when those sprinklers turn on for about 30 seconds or so, all that water is black, and nasty and stinks.
Oh yeah.
Well, they must have changed the way things up because I'm just going by what I was told.
Yeah. No, you can't rely on gravity pressure for anything. In modern plumbing, I mean,
If you
Now,
ever see a
Gilligan's
sprinkler go
Island,
off, Painter,
yeah, they had gravity naturally.
Well, like I said, I'm going by what I was told. So, and it's been
no.
it's been a while. Got Renegade here.
We had a
Renegade.
1,000-gallon tank. One of the flans, there was a defect in the flans or something, and it gave. And the building, the 6-story building, was not finished yet. Sheetrock was up in a lot of the floors, and all that water ran down that mechanical tank. Well, the mechanical side was on the west side of the building, and all that area on the west side, all that water under street pressure came down for about 5 hours to 6 hours. That's a lot of gallons of water that flowed out the front doors of that building and were crossing the street, and somebody called it in.
Ooh.
We got called in to after the water was shut off to the building.
How's it going, everybody?
What's up, Renegade?
So
It's
you
going
almost
as
got
far
that Diablo blade, huh?
Shut up.
Yeah, they some of those water sprinkler systems for fires and that, like the one at the school here, they didn't drain it one year. They're supposed to drain them every year and refill them. They didn't drain it for like 2 years in a row, and when they finally drained it, not drank it, God knows. No, when they finally drained it, the water was black, smelled nasty. It smelled like sulfur water almost, because it was from the rusty tank on the roof of the school. When they finally drained it, it's like, yeah, that stunk.
Hey, Real.
All right. Well, you know what? Renegade is back that, you're talking about that, getting that Diablo blade and everything.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it, but that Diablo is about the same price as that Hercules.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm
I just
looking
seen
at.
them at Home Depot. I didn't pay attention to the price.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. It says 10-inch Diablo 10-inch, 62 fine finish circular saw blade. And it shows it's fine finish, $39.97.
That's cheap. That's cheap. Try Freud blades, the actual thick, not the thin blades for like, a table saw or my DeWalt. I was running, and my table saws, I was running Freud blades at $80 to $90 a piece. That's the ones you get resharpened by a sharpening company. Because in a cabinet shop, you go through a lot. You have to, because you can't afford it, really. I mean, you can afford it, but you're saving a lot of money by sharpening those Freud blades because they meant to be sharpened. The thin blades, like the little $30 ones, $40 ones, you just put them to the side and use them for cutting plastic or aluminum or whatever.
Hey, Adam, I sent you the link.
Hey, Adam.
Did you get your truck running there better, Region?
What, the Volvo? Oh yeah, it's running just fine.
I remember the other day you said you were having a little trouble with it.
Yeah, it's the 0-degree temperatures.
Oh, that's what.
Yeah, a lot of the trucks around here were giving problems. I mean, every other second you were seeing service trucks come out here to get trucks started back up because the dumbass drivers decided to turn their trucks off.
You got an inverter on that truck?
Uh-huh.
I wrap tape around mine. It works wonderful.
Yep.
I wrapped it around both tanks. Got one of the little temp heat tape. It ain't gonna catch your tank on fire, and I just plug it in. Makes a big difference.
Haven't I got that many? David? I mean,
Yeah, a lot of people think that's a good number.
Wow.
You know, the 420 thing. Never mind.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Young Outlaw.
Hey, that's Jimmy C's favorite number.
Yeah.
And Seth,
Yep. Oh God, yes.
Seth 420.
Yep.
But anyway,
Hey.
no, that a couple of weeks ago, I was watching Den of Tools, and I posted that question to Jeff, and he said, he would get, like the Hercules, he wouldn't get the Bauer, but he actually said, Hercules, or even go with the Diablo. And there were a couple others that he had mentioned, and it's like, okay. And it's like, well, I figured, the Diablo, I know it's a good blade. I'm not going to put it down because I've had some reciprocating saw blades from Diablo. It's like, yeah, they're really good. But man, I was figuring, without looking, that Diablo saw blade 10-inch is going to be, quite expensive.
Uh-huh.
And it's like,
Yeah, I figured it'd be at least twice the cost of the one from Harbor Freight.
How big is your saw, Maynard?
But no offense to anybody, but if I was going to get advice for a saw blade for a table saw or something like that, I'd get it from like Tarek or somebody that uses them all the time.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Diablo, you can't go wrong with Diablo all day long.
Price
How
of
big is your saw?
go to a cabinet supply house, not Lowe's, because Lowe's don't carry the Freud blades for
right.
cabinet makers. They
Right.
carry Freud products, and the blades, 10-inch, 12-inch, but they not the thick ones. They might nowadays, I don't know, but I used to have to go to the cabinet supply houses to get my blades.
Well, all I know is that the Diablo blade is $39.97.
That's,
That's basically
hey,
the same price
that's
as
not bad at all.
no,
How much you said?
Yeah. $39.97.
Yep.
Lowe's?
What size is that?
That's 10-inch.
Oh, for your table
Because
saw,
let me look.
right? Okay.
I got about 50 of them. My old man had. How many you want? They're either 10 or 12 inch. I'll have to look. I'll send you every damn one of them.
Well,
I'll
if
never
you got-
use them.
If you got 10-inch, yeah.
Yeah, it pays to wait.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I've been hauling tools out there and selling them. He's got too many tools. There's more tools than I would ever use in my lifetime. And it's Maggie, go play with the girls. Leave me alone.
Okay, okay, now how many teeth that blade was? 80 teeth?
60.
60? You don't want that one. That's for cross cutting.
Yeah, but some of the wood that I've got, it needs to have that many teeth, otherwise it's going to tear it up.
Okay. Well, just go slow with it. With whatever you're feeding into it, go
Oh, yeah.
slow. Thick wood, like 3/4 plywood or what have you. Go slow with it. But that's a lot of teeth for ripping.
Yeah, well, like I said, the wood that I'm going to be using is that cedar.
Uh-huh.
And we already know that cedar I've got is very soft.
Maggie.
Yeah, if you got Western red, yeah. Aromatic cedar is a hardwood,
Right.
harder, and cedar that builds up it's like teak. They have that like a little acid or something in it. I forget what it is. It's kind of like a mineral in
Right.
teak, and it will dull your blades quick.
Well, like I said, the wood that I'm going to be using, it's that cedar
Western
that
red
was,
is
it
soft.
was the off the fence picket.
Right.
I want to
Maggie
use that for building those. See about the birdhouses get made out of.
Right.
Now I don't know if something like that would make the birds stay away, or if it's going to they're going to be going, oh, okay.
Yeah, you have to let it
Depends
set
on the
out
bird.
for a while because it does have a little odor to it, a little bit. I found that out with mine because I built some bird houses with the Western red fence planking,
Right.
and now, it might have been the wrong time of the year. You know, the birds wasn't building nests.
Right.
I don't remember, but I know I did have it. It was 6 months before a bird even lit on it to check it out.
Well, this wood's been sitting outside for what, about 4 months?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's already lost its odor then.
Will you leave me alone?
Hey, Mark.
So by the time I get to using it and everything, you know, now I'll probably smell it when I start cutting. But
Oh yeah.
Hey. Man, will you leave me alone, dog?
Like I
You
said,
just
that cedar there is, really soft. That's why it's 62. Now, I definitely, they've got the Diablo in a 92, but I don't need anything like that.
No, that's exclusively for cross cutting.
Yeah, and that's $65 right there. I mean, now I could get the 82, but that's like 50.
That's cross cutting too.
Yeah. But now if I
So-
wanted a 25 pack of 92, we're talking 16, 22, 69.
Oh yeah, but
that ain't bad. So, Cajun, how am I gonna cook this gator? Not to change the subject.
50 blades. How many blades? 50 or 25?
25.
25. Yeah. That'll last you
That has been a long time.
a lifetime.
I wouldn't have to worry about buying another blade, but it is a 92 also.
Yeah.
So I don't need that. But I still save money being an Inside Track Club member and everything. It was like $7 off.
Uh-huh.
So still can't complain.
No,
I can, but I don't think it'd do any bit of good.
I was
no.
gonna say
Floyd
you always
bought Diablo a
complain.
while back.
Most of the time it don't do any good.
Yeah, I know.
No, Tarek said that's all he runs in his saws is Freud and Diablo. Because Freud
Anyway.
bought Diablo.
They do. I think that they do have a 42 in the Diablo.
That's a general purpose blade.
Yeah, that's what it says. It's $30.
Yeah, that's a good one for ripping and cross cutting. For what you're gonna do, 40 tooth is perfect.
Yeah. But like I said, I looked at the Bauer one because it was like $17.99. And compared that one to that Hercules, like, yeah, I can see the better, the Hercules being a better blade.
Huh.
That's why I went up going and getting that one.
Who's making those blades for Harbor Freight? Somebody in China?
I got no idea. Well, who makes the blades for Diablo?
Don't it say it
Fro-
on the
Freud bought them out. Freud was originally a German company.
Diablo's making Freud blades. They're selling them under Diablo name.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Probably.
Tarek said anyway.
All my shaper
Don't it say
tables.
it on the package, Mater?
I don't know. Let me go get it. What's left
Oh,
of it? I know
all my
it's-
shaper tables all my shaper tables for my cabinet doors that I had, that was all Freud knives on those.
So how about that, Cajun? How do I cook that gator so it's a little tender
Hold on,
for
I
my
got it.
nieces to eat?
Hold on, I gotta go lean over the dock.
Never cooked that stuff before.
You never cooked gator before?
You talking about gator tail?
I've eaten that.
I've ate it before. It's good, but I've never cooked it.
She sent me a gator heart and a gator heart.
See, now I wouldn't be eating that anyway.
Ask Ray.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna put in a crock pot with someone. I was looking online and they said you can put in a crock pot with some cream of mushroom soup, but I don't know if that'd make it hard or tender.
No.
I'll leave that advice up to Missy and Cajun. I ain't never really cooked gator tail.
It says.
Well, some of
designed-
it's gator tail, but they sent me two gator hearts as well, and they said the girls loved gator heart.
I think you can fry it up and stuff like that. I mean,
I eat all the
renegade,
gator tail
hey.
you can cook, but I don't know about I ain't eating no gator heart.
All right, all it says on here, it says designed in California, professionally made in China for Hercules tools.
So it's made in China. Terry
Yeah.
just said Diablo blades are made in Italy.
So,
now for my jigsaw and my recip saw, they have nothing but Diablo blades. But my table saw and my circular saws, I just buy whatever fits them.
I hear that.
well, like I said, for me, I figured, I didn't realize that the
Like the
Diablo
wall.
would be
like
about
that.
the same price.
Hmm?
There's
For what?
Missy. See, I didn't realize that the Diablo blade would be about the same price. It would be the same price as this Hercules.
Big difference. Diablo blades are going to last you a lot longer than the Hercules brand. But
Yeah.
Depends
That's why
upon
I
how much.
used to do a little Google search every now and then.
Yep. Well, like I said, it also depends upon how much I use it and how hard I abuse it too.
That's true.
Oh, Tarek says Diablos are made in Italy.
That's what.
Oh, it said it on the pack.
Well, mine, on mine it doesn't say it. All it says is designed in California but made in China.
What? Your Diablo blade was made in China.
No, the Hercules.
Oh, the Hercules. Oh,
pretty much all Harbor Freight products are designed in California, but they're made
Right.
in other countries or whatever. They do have some
Right.
USA made stuff, but
yeah. I was looking up a company and seen this site. Forget what it was called. It said, find your source, find the sources, something like
Right.
that. Source find. And I was checking this U.S. company out, and they were importing stuff from China, but the quality stuff from China. And I seen Harbor Freight in the list. I forget what they were buying from that one company, but they were buying something from, it was a different company, one of the Gonzu or whatever. China. There's so many manufacturers in China, man.
Oh yeah.
It's
I just like
mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's just like that that little drill press that I wound up getting earlier this year. I had no idea who it was or even if it worked. I got it home, got it plugged in,
hang on, I'll get my.
and it's like I didn't recognize the name on
Right
it.
back.
And someone had actually left a comment saying that it was made by a company over in England. I said, responded back, says, yeah, but it says, made in China or something like that. He goes, yeah. It's like one of their lower brand tools, but they do have it made in China, but they have it made to their specs.
Mm-hmm.
But the main company is over in England.
Yeah, just like this company, it's Unitron, Unitex, Unitron International. They sell electronic like power supplies, and they do soldering irons. But that one
Right.
site I couldn't find power supplies on it, but there was another site I did find it.
Well, that's what a lot
too
of the companies do, or the manufacturers, even if they like say wrenches, even if they make wrenches for 5 different companies, that don't mean they're all the same wrench.
Right.
They could be
Right.
using different metal, different heat treatments, and all that, just to their specs.
Right.
The company specs that
Right.
buys them.
That's just like if I wanted to start up a tool brand and everything, call it, Mater's Tools. I could contact a tool manufacturer, say over in China. I could tell them, hey, this is how, what I want. This is my specs and everything, how I want it made and everything. They'll say, okay, fine. We'll start tooling it all up, and they'll start making them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
They can buy so many at a time.
Right. But what I'm saying is, they can make good quality tools. It doesn't have to be there, but I can find, say, even a place down in Mexico or up in Canada. There's tooling manufacturers all over that I could go to them and say, hey, I need you to make this. Here's my specs. And they're going to say, okay, we can do it and everything. And they'll start making them. And I could turn around and start selling them,
It's just like cars. People think, oh, it says Ford, it's made in America, or Chevy made in America, or Ram, Dodge, whatever, it's made in America. You'd be surprised how many parts are not made in the United States on that vehicle.
Probably most of them.
Right.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That 93 Dodge I had, it was assembled and made down in Mexico because that's where Dodge had a plant. And then I guarantee you, look at Ford. Like the 351 Windsor, it was made in Windsor, Ontario. That's why it's called the Windsor engine.
You know what's funny, Maynard?
Ford's got a plant up in Canada.
I don't know what year it was.
Manufacturers actually make their electronics.
Yeah.
You can actually go online and type in, you can look online and they'll say what cars percentage are made in the United States. And at one time, the most American made pickup truck, and I'm going to say it, you'll love it, was the Dodge 4-door 6-foot bed, was the most American made pickup at one time. It was 98% American made.
Yeah.
Not now, but not now, but it's like when I ever get my new truck, if they ever get it like they're supposed to, that's more American made than Dodge, Chevy, or Ram.
Yeah. And the thing about it is, you get
it. Is the parts actually? You talking about for Toyota?
Yep.
Is the parts actually manufactured here, or are they manufactured over there and sent here and then put together?
Nope, they're actually manufactured here on the Tundra, not the Tacoma, but the Tundra. But what's funny is, like my truck out there, my T100, that's 100% Jap crap. That's the only way it is. That is Japanese.
Yeah.
But it's still a Japanese company.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing about it is, now you can get, how many companies do you see out there saying, made in America, source from global parts.
That's what they need to say.
Yeah.
My father had a Maggie. My father had a I remember when I was in high school, he bought his first brand new car. It was a Chevy Nova. And that was nothing but a Toyota Corolla.
Yeah. But I'll guarantee you, look at all the electronics that we've got nowadays. Computers, cell phones, cameras.
Oh yeah.
It's
TV
all
remotes.
Right. All made overseas, like somewhere over in China, Taiwan, or Japan.
Hell, even the CT-861 has parts from China.
Yeah.
Oh.
And talking about foreign made.
What is that, Raging?
Where's your truck made at?
Snap-on?
Snap-on, the Snap-on gun?
CT-861 has got parts made from China.
861, that's the half-inch, right?
Maggie.
Yeah, that's the new one they just came out with this year. I think it was this year.
Raging. Where was your truck made at?
Hell, I don't know. Which one?
Your Volvo?
My truck was made down in Mexico.
You sure?
That's where they brought it up.
Yeah. Yep. Freightliner's got a factory in the United States, but which is I find it ironic, but 90% of freight shakers out there are made in Mexico as well.
Raging hauls John Deere calves and stuff for tractors. He picks them up at the border town in Laredo. The calves coming out of Mexico. They manufacture in
You would
Mexico.
be
We're
surprised.
shutting the whole plant down in the United States.
You would be surprised how many parts for cars I'm either taking down to the border or picking up from the border and bringing it back up here.
I wouldn't be surprised. I've done it. I've seen it.
Yep.
You know.
And the main reason on that is because labor cost is so much cheaper outside. That now,
Yep.
Chris and I, we had
Yep.
to go do some running around. We actually stopped off and we got some lunch. I looked on the window, and they're hiring at $15 an hour, and that you can make up to $24 an hour. And
There's a-
right, but here's the thing. Everybody's saying that, yeah, I could go over here. I can go to Taco Bell and make $15 an hour. Yeah.
You can make
And
that or
how
more at
much
Buc-ee's.
more- and how much more are you paying for the food now?
Oh yeah.
Everything is going up because everybody, all the employers are having to pay more money an hour for someone to come in there and work, which means that's going less into their profits, which means they got to raise prices. A good example, Dollar Tree. For how many years did you walk in there and buy something, buy basically everything that was $1 or less?
Not
Now, I do
anymore.
know that- right. Now, I do know that for a while, they were trying to compete with Dollar General by getting things that they were selling. Yes, they were selling things for like $2, $3, $4, and $5, but they were bigger items that cost more money. But yeah, you're going to pay more money for that bigger item. But now you walk into Dollar Tree, it's like $1.25 for that same item you used to be able to get for $1 2 years ago.
That's why
It's
a
all
lot of this
greed,
stuff
Maynard.
is not manufactured in the United States anymore because of taxes, and American employees want all the money they can get, but they don't want to work for it.
Oh no! Oh God! That dog. Yes.
It's not only that, but the fact is that people, when the pandemic started, they figured, oh, well, I can just sit at home and collect all this money. I can make more money sitting on my butt at the house than I can actually going out to work.
Yep.
So they were collecting unemployment, this, that, and the other. And employers were going, man, we need people working. So they were raising the price of, hourly wage. And it just got, to me, it's gotten too outrageous. That's one thing that's causing all the problems. Yep, I agree, Tarek. And it's like, yeah, why do you think we're having to pay so much more for stuff now? I mean, it won't be that much longer. I know Cajun, he was talking about how much a dozen eggs were.
No, not a dozen. 5 dozen. A box of 5 dozen.
I know.
My cousin lives in
$20.
Mass. My cousin lives in Massachusetts. He pays $10. $10 for a gallon of milk.
Yep.
He says, I swear, I could buy a cow and feed it for less money. And then when the cow don't produce anymore, I can eat the cow. He said, if I had a place to put a cow, I'd buy a damn cow. I don't blame him.
Yeah, and that's the problem. That, all these companies are having to pay more money for employees to work. So they have to turn around. They're raising the price and everything on their, product.
You know what the worst part is? And I'm sure Raging has had this happen to him. It's like, okay, the company I haul for that I'm leased onto, I get paid when I'm done. They pay me with a T-check. And the T-check is basically a cash advance, like walking to a bank and getting a money order. And only difference is they give you a bunch of numbers. They type into the computer. They give me the money, and they get reimbursed from the company. Any truck stop should know what a T-check is. I've gone into I went into
T-check, ComCheck, NCIS, all of that good stuff.
Well, they use T-check. I actually went into this one place to get a T-check, and the woman, it was for like $2,900, and she said to me, and they have it. They keep it. She went to get the money, and she goes, man, that's a lot of money. I said, it ain't when you think I gotta pay that. I own that truck. That covers reefer fuel, diesel, repairs, truck insurance. It's not as much as you think. It might sound like a lot, but anyways, she proceeds to tell me, well, that's too much money. I only get paid $21 an hour here. And then she's going through, and then she said to me, oh, by the way, I can't do this T-check. Oh, you ain't got enough in the pot? And she said, no, I don't know how to do it. So you're getting paid $21 an hour, and you can't wait on me. That truck out there needs fuel, and I'm not moving that pump until you figure it out. She said, why don't I just started here 3 days ago. Then why are you on the register? Call another store. There's about 8 stores nearby. Call one and figure it out. And she was getting nasty. I said, look, that reefer out there is on a quarter of a tank. I got to go 400 miles. There's no fuel for until I get to my destination. I need reefer fuel. If that reefer shuts off, I'm going to sue this station for having someone incompetent here that can't wait on me. You're getting paid $21 an hour. You better figure it out. And I would not leave that pump. And she called another store. She's calling me every filthy name in the book. And I said, give me your manager. And the manager wasn't there. They had to call the manager up at his house, come over there and show her how to do the T-check. And he gave me all this answer. Look, buddy, you're paying them $21 an hour. You're leaving them there at Prime in the late afternoon, and you're telling them that you don't tell a truck driver, I don't know how to do a T-check, and his truck needs fuel. It don't run on thank you or air.
Yep.
Oh, that was that. I don't know if you've ever had that happen to your agent, but it's like they're up there saying, well, use a credit card. I'm not using a credit card when I got cash coming that I can pay for my reefer fuel. In that your job is to give it to me. If you're making that kind of money, you should be able to do your job.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm glad.
Well, it don't matter how much money they're making an hour. If they don't know how to do their job, there should be somebody else there with them showing them.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's where fuel comes from right there.
Hey, BW.
Yeah, I got one of those too. But the T-check that they send me, because they have to pay for the reefer fuel. And that's what that T-check was for. My 3 days worth of reefer fuel. And that's all it was for. And because I don't pay for the reefer fuel. And I'm not using my card for them to have to pay me. And then I have to get another T-check for them to pay me back on my card, because I got the same thing right here. Right here. The same card right here. But when I use the reefer, they pay for it, right? This bad boy right there. I'm not going to put the numbers, but right there. Same thing. They pay for the reefer.
That's why I covered mine up.
I did too, but you might do the expiration date, but that's it. But they pay for that. That's for my fuel, but they have to pay for the reefer fuel, and they send me a T-check once a week to pay for the reefer. And I said, that thing needs reefer. And I said, I will sue this gas station for the product that goes bad. And she said, it can't be that much. I said, at the time, I had a truckload of Three Musketeers on there. I said, there's about $150,000 worth of candy bars on that truck. You want to come up with $150,000? Because I'm going to sue you personally in the store. You'll be on the lawsuit. If you can't do your job, they get I'm sure you guys could only imagine. I was red hot. You're getting paid $21 an hour. And you could see my veins popping across my forehead. I said, I swear, the holy God, you're going to be calling the cops on me before I leave here. I am not moving that truck till you can do it. And they did. They called in. They pissed off that manager. The manager said, tried telling me I couldn't come back here. I said, can I ask you something? He says, what's that? Do you own the store? No. Do you have the deed to the land? No. You can't ban me from here.
Shit,
you don't have the authority.
Yeah,
you want to bet? They can't. I've gone down that road.
Just try having a load of like a beef or Dippin' Dots ice cream or strawberries coming out of California.
Ooh. William, we're talking about the refrigerated trailer.
If they even had that anymore. Back when I drove, that's what I hauled. It was over $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. But they can't. But you might think a manager can ban you from a store, but believe me, I know the store I'm talking about, and I'm sure Rage had seen them in upstate New York and that, called Danny Mini Mart. They're all over up here. And I told that manager, I said, go ahead, try and ban me. I'll call your boss. She said, my boss is just here. I'm talking to the man that owns them. His name's Don Williams. He owns Williams Toyota dealerships all over the state as well. He owns Williams Chevy dealership, and he owns about a zillion Dandies. There's so many Dandies up here. They're 3 blocks away from each other. But there's only a select few of them are for trucks. He said, you call him and tell him that I'm banned from his store when I spend over $10,000 a month in reefer fuel. Go ahead. I dare you. You know what he'll do? He'll fire you or make you roll out a red carpet as I roll in and say, yes, sir, Mr. Keller. Yes, sir. You'll be pumping my fuel. Try me. One phone call. If I call the server,
stop and have that
amazing
done.
what happened. What's that?
I wish I could roll into a truck stop and have the attendant fuel it and park it for me while I go in and take a shower and everything.
Well, let me ask you something, Raging. If you owned a truck stop and one of your employees, because they couldn't do their job, and I got mad at him, told me, and your manager banned me from that store, and I was spending 10 grand a month in fuel and other stuff in that store, what would you say to them? Because they couldn't do their job and they want to ban me because I got mad at them.
Oh, if they coughed up with attitudes like that, I'd fire them on the spot.
Yep.
Uh-huh. And believe me, and the woman tried that, and I said that, and she said, "You do not know the manager." I said, "My father went to high school with him. He's the same age as my father was." And she said, "No, you don't." And I says, "Really?" Got on that phone, but blah blah blah, told him what's going on. She said, "You were not talking to him." He lives 20 minutes from that store. He walked in there, shook my hand. "How you doing, sir?" And their eyes got about as big around saucer. I said, "Oh, your employee just told me, your manager here says I'm banned from this store because of what I said about not being able to do." "Really?" He said, "I could ban you here, give you an unemployment check if you want to play that." It's easy to do. He said, he said, "You don't have the authority." And he did. He says, "The only one that can ban anybody from any one of my stores, businesses, or whatever is me."
Yep.
And they told him that. But, it'd be like saying the same thing to a pilot location. If you went to the same pilot every day, month after month, and that, believe me, no one's wants to lose a $10,000 sale. And she said, "I don't spend $10,000 a month." And he looked at me, he looked at her and says, "That's just one truck that comes out of there. If that company spends over $100,000 a month, because there's 10 trucks from where I come out of that go there, and each one of us spend about 10 grand a week. I mean, a month. So you figure 100,000. That's it. That's just 10 of us. So nah. He don't.
Yep.
They ain't going to give that up.
That's well over $1 million a year. They'd be losing.
Yeah. So think about it. 10 trucks, about 2,900. We'll just say $3,000 each truck. So 3 times 10. Yep. Times 5 days, 52 weeks. Yeah, that's a lot of money. You kidding me? And when I said I could get if I could get a red carpet rolled out for me if I bet you I could if I wanted to be a smart ass, but I ain't that mean.
All right, Renegade. So you said you want to go into Home Depot. So how many toys did you buy this week?
None.
You didn't get any new toys?
Nope.
Shame on you.
I was going to. I just didn't see anything that kind of jumped out at me.
Oh, you didn't see anything there that said, "Hey, I got to have this"?
Nope.
I know Raging's probably been to Harbor Freight and done bought a whole bunch. Yep, see, I told you. He's been to Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saying he's got an addiction like you?
Yeah. I'm wondering when he's going to go buy that 24 karat Icon ratchet.
I ain't buying that damn thing.
Everybody needs a 24 karat gold ratchet. It don't matter what name's on it.
Come on, Mater. If I offer you a credit line, for a $10,000 credit card to Harbor Freight, or a $5,000 or a $10,000 Discover card, free money, which one would you take? The Harbor Freight or Discover card?
Now you know the
I
answer to
take the
that.
Discover card because I could use the Discover card at Harbor Freight.
No. You can only use it every place but Harbor Freight. I'd have to put a stipulation like that on.
So you didn't
So-
say that. You didn't say
No,
that.
but that's what I would put on. If I put stipulation like that on, we know which one you would take. Saying you take the Harbor Freight, we know you. You're addicted to it.
Say that again.
I could go to Lowe's. Get me
Oh, I
some
bet you do that. Oh, yeah.
Wait, say that again, Briggs.
If I offered him a $10,000 Harbor Freight card, that he naturally can only use that, or a $20,000 whatever Discover card that could use any place but Harbor Freight, you know which one Mater would take. If he didn't have to pay either one back, he'd take the Discover card. I'd take the Harbor Freight one because he's.
I'd take the Discover card and you'd be maxed out in one shot.
Hey, Ken.
Oh, I'm sure you would. It don't take much.
Right over the snap
Every
on.
tool has a hammer side, right?
Hey, Ken.
It don't take much to max out a credit card. It's amazing.
Now, I mean,
Especially not the snap on.
like now, to be honest, yeah, I would take the Discover card because that can be used anywhere.
Yep.
And like I said, hey, I could have fun at Lowe's. I could even be having fun over at Home Depot.
You kidding me, Maynard? You'd go to the Harley shop
You'd
too.
go to Lowe's and spend it all on Cobalt.
He'd go to he'd buy Cobalt and that he'd be buying Harley stuff.
Now that'd be something. Either that
Yep.
or be contacting my cruise agent, say, hey, what's the next cruise you can get me
Hey,
on?
my sister gave me a cruise for Christmas, and I don't want to go.
I'm wanting to go on another one. I can't wait till we get another
She
one.
sent me she bought me a 7-day cruise to Jamaica this coming spring. I don't want to
Tell you
go.
what, all right, I gotta be like Cajun. I gotta go lean off the dock. So I'll be right back. Y'all take over.
So Cajun, how do you cook deer heart? I'm not deer heart. Gator heart.
Same as you do beef heart or deer heart or pig heart.
No, but I mean, I was looking online. Can I put it in a crock pot, put some cream of mushroom soup on it, and let it sit in the crock pot all day?
It's a heart. Do it like you do
Yep.
deer. Do everything to a gator heart. The meat's a little different. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
fry the meat. You can sauce it. That's what we do. I don't deal with the tail. I don't like gator tail meat. I like the legs.
Well, they sent some. I don't know if it's legs or tail, but she gave me 2 hearts, gator hearts, and I was going to put them in both of them together, put them in a crock pot, put a can or 2 of cream of mushroom soup in there, some.
Really just like a deer heart, exactly the same.
Well, I do that with deer heart, cream mushroom soup, and
They ain't nothing
Now, can
different about a gator heart than a deer heart, except it's a gator.
can I
mean,
mix
just
gator
'cause
heart,
they
deer heart
eat a
with
lot
it?
of fish and rabbits or or
Yeah, but can I
nutria-rats or
mix the 2
whatever.
meats? Can I mix the 2 meats like put a deer heart with that?
I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you can't. But I don't see where.
Well, I'm asking your opinion. Could I mix it with it in
I
the same
never
crock
ate
pot?
a gator heart, so I don't know.
If you had deer heart,
You can. Oh yeah, deer heart, deer kidneys. Yeah.
but okay. But if I mix them though, do you think it would hurt the one or the other?
I don't think so. Because
I mean, I'm just asking because I've never
well, let
cooked
me
gator.
finish. A gator eats fish and nutria-rat or whatever it can catch. Okay, so
Yep.
but just because the tail meat is like not really fishy, but it does have a different flavor, so than fish. But the heart's going to be a heart. Nothing's going to affect the taste of the heart.
Oh, okay. Well, the one that might be some of that might be the gator liver. It looks like almost. I'll show you one. I'll show you one. Actually, the one looks like a liver. It might be the gator liver because she knows I like liver. Where'd right here. They,
I got gray hair sticking out of my mustache, and I can see it.
there's a heart, and whatever it is next to it, they might be the liver.
Kind of looks like it.
So somebody sent me and there's like 9 of them there. Good, 9 little bags. Maggie, don't worry, you're gonna get some of it. I was shocked when I saw that package. My nieces are at my other relatives tonight. I got to pick them up in the morning and take them to work with me. We're gonna take them both in the truck. They've never been in the truck before. Hopefully they'll have fun.
Sounds like it.
Is Anthony here?
Anthony's in the chat.
Oh, hey, Anthony. Yeah, okay, I seen him at 8:01. And it's 8:06, 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering. I've never cooked them.
Ken said I wouldn't mix the two.
What's that?
East Coast Ken said I wouldn't mix the two. I don't know if he's talking about the hearts or something, because I see something about oil and gas, and it's called 2-stroke, but it doesn't mean it'll run your car. So he's probably talking about the hearts. I don't know. Cook them separate. I would just cook them separate to see what they taste like.
Well, I've got two crock pots. I can do that.
Yeah, because I was trying to tell you that earlier.
But I didn't know if you cook them together. I was just curious if you could or couldn't. Right now they're going back in the freezer because I've already got two hunks of deer meat out here already that I'm cooking for tomorrow.
Gotcha, Kent.
Tell you what, if this breaker bar right here is
Oh,
good,
too much noise. I might have to jump out of here.
All right. What was you saying, Raging?
if this breaker bar was as good as the U.S. General breaker bar, yeah. Let's see.
Well, how is that one say compared to the U.S. General?
I haven't used it yet.
U.S. General. You mean Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say I've never seen a U.S. General breaker bar. I know U.S. General toolboxes, but U.S. General tools, I've never seen one of those before.
Maybe they need to come out with U.S. General tools.
Hey, you never know. Given time, they might just come out with them. That's gonna be their, better, best.
What is that noise?
Mute Brig.
Man, he's making a lot of noise in there.
It's called putting stuff in a freezer, and you got to get it in there.
I understand that, but that is loud.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you guys are paranoid.
No, he's got headphones on, so that's why.
It is loud.
Yeah.
It's high pitched.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yeah. But that's the thing, about, now I've got, the breaker bar. I don't remember if it's a Pittsburgh or not. I don't remember who it's by, but I've got one I like. I don't remember where I got it, but it's a big old long 1/2 inch.
That Pittsburgh breaker bar, I mean, that thing is like 1 in a million breaker bar. It's they can't make that one any better. I mean, that thing is just spot on perfect.
Yeah. Well, I know the one that I've got. It's actually got the. It's kind of like the ratchet where you got to press the pin and everything to get it to unlock.
Mhm.
I think my breaker bar is a Craftsman, but my Snap-on half-inch ratchet's bigger than that, so I just use it.
Well, I would love to have a snap-on breaker bar.
Yeah, me too.
I wish I'd have bought that one from the pawn shop a while back. It was a half-inch, I think, or a 3/4. It was right at, I want 3 foot at least. 3 foot at least. It was
Well,
60
you're gonna have
bucks,
to stop
and it was
that.
Snap-on, and it looked brand spanking new. The handle looked brand new on the end of it, like it was hardly ever used.
No.
No scratches per se, you know.
Hey, Briggs, stop it with the damn wrapping or whatever you're doing.
I just shoved it in the. I'm done. Had to shove it in the meat in the freezer.
Right. Well, whatever it was making too much noise. So that's all people complaining.
I tell you what, this little toolkit right here.
Yep.
It's got 6-inch pliers, the 2-in-1 split pliers, and then the 8-inch. Awesome little tool.
Hang on, let me put you big. That way you can show them.
Awesome little tool. Just flip them over.
Damn, that's all you got to do. It goes from being needle nose to regular fur.
And then you got the lineman pliers part of it right here.
Right.
And then you flip that one over and it becomes needle nose too.
Oh, that's
Damn.
cool.
How much was that?
It's magic.
Oh, the wife got it for me for Christmas.
Ah,
It looks like it'd be a good nutcracker. The other end.
Probably.
I have to go by and check it out.
Cool little tool.
Yeah, I think I need to go to Harbor Freight and to Lowe's and look around. I didn't see anything appealing at Home Depot.
I don't know. I paid like $45 for this breaker bar. So
That's all?
yeah, for the Icon breaker bar.
That's not a
That's
bad
not
price.
bad.
Mm-mm. Starting to warm up. It was the chrome part of it was colder than the sun because it was in the side box. That ain't all I
Okay.
bought or got.
My sister said that other part of the meat. I just sent her a text of what it was. She said that other part is the hindquarters or something, like probably near the. I don't know what part that she's talking about, but that she just said.
It's probably
I'm looking on, of course, Harbor Freight's website. That's really not a bad price for that breaker bar.
No. I'm not only gonna compare this one. I'm gonna compare the Pittsburgh one, and I'm gonna get a few others, and I'm gonna make a video comparing them all.
I'm wondering how. Okay. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm
maybe a
looking
Cobalt
here.
one, a Husky, maybe a tool truck one.
I'm gonna try to go find a Snap-on one, and maybe a Cobalt one, or a Craftsman one.
Oh, so instead of being Raging Cajun, you're gonna be Raging Project Farm Cajun.
No, I ain't gonna be doing like the farm.
That's that guy. He'll go out there and he'll buy all the tools and do a comparison of the different ones.
Yeah, you could tell how much money he's making off YouTube just from the 3 years. 3 years ago, his freezer looked like one of these little portable freezers you'd find in an RV or something. Now the freezer he's got, you could put a body in there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, that he's making money off YouTube.
Yeah, he's making money off of it because but
Who you
I
talking
like
about?
the way I do like the reviews
Farm.
that he does. Yeah, Project Farms. He'll go out there and get the different items, and he'll test them. And he'll have Snap-on, Craftsman. He'll do Matco.
I like his oil reviews. I like his oil. That's good.
And I mean, he'll do just about any kind of tool, battery or plug-in.
Yep. What do you talk about? He would tell. I've seen some of this. He tests anything. I swear. I swear. If someone asked him who makes the strongest yarn for the crafting community or in the crocheting community, I bet you $20 he would tell you which one it is. He don't.
He probably would. But now I do know.
Someone sent him a bottle of STP, Slick 50, not ST, an antique bottle of Slick 50. And an old STP from like the 80s. And he compared that to the modern STP. But like he said, I don't know about you, but they still make Slick 50. But I don't think I'd put that in my motor, especially after he got the lab results.
But, now I do know I've watched, I think he had one not that long ago. He was checking out the different ratchets. Well, 3H ratchet, as far as which one is better and everything. And unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see the whole video to see which one he rated as the best. But I mean, he was taking them and, seeing which one would turn basically a 360-degree wheel in how many times of a certain stroke area. And, had that certain degree and had it going, back and forth. And he was doing them with 72 tooth all the way up to a 90 tooth. I mean, he had all the different ones, but unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see which one he had ranked up there. And I know he had Wera, he had Craftsman, he had Cobalt. I think he had a Milwaukee even in there.
I don't know. For power tools like impacts and stuff like that, I normally go to Torque Test channel for their input. I mean, Project Farmer's okay. He does what he does, but for power tools, I won't. No, Torque Test channel is pretty much where I'm going to look for advice on that stuff.
Right. Well, I'll look at Torque Test channel, and there's another one out there. I don't remember the name of it, but they're basically doing the same thing.
Last Best Tool Review.
Which one's that? Is that the one that puts the two drills together and tries to see which one burns up first?
No.
Maggie.
I don't remember the name of it, but I mean, I've seen it. I'll have to try and get the name of it. Was it Shop Tool Reviews? Something like that?
That one, the one I'm thinking of, that sounds like it's Shop Tool Reviews. They put two drills together and which one will outlast the other, go in the same direction or the opposite direction of each other. And that's another good one.
Yeah.
That's not Torque Test. Torque Test don't do it like that.
Right.
No, I didn't say it. I would say it was definitely him. I don't know who it is. But the one guy that does do that, they put him in the opposite direction and turn him on. It's like, it's fun watching which one goes up in flames or smoke.
Yeah. That's been an old video from several years ago. I know which one you're talking about. I've seen that one. It's been a while.
Yeah, but he did more than one brand.
Oh yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that it's not Torque Test channel. It's it might be Shop Shop Tech. I don't remember the name of it, but there's another one out there. They do the same things, and they will test out all the different brands to see how they are.
Let's see.
And it's not just drills, but they will use any of the new tools that are out.
Let me go through my subscription and see if I can find them.
That was awesome, though, that one guy.
Yeah, but I do like watching Torque Test channel. Because I know they wound up doing that one with when the Gen 3 Cobalt came out. They also
Shop Tool Reviews.
Yeah, that's it. But they've done the like I said, the Cobalt Gen 3. They've also been doing the that new Hercules that Cobalt come out with.
Oh, sounds cool.
Right. So I mean, there's a couple of channels out there that do stuff like that. But then, like I said,
Did you say Hercules that Cobalt came out with?
No, I said that Harbor Freight. I might have said, but it's the Hercules and Harbor Freight got out. Hey, it's late in the day, okay? Give you a break. Clean that wax out of them ears.
Not clean. You need to clean that.
He's got
stuff
a
out of your
diesel
mouth
engine
so you
running.
can talk clean.
Get your words right.
Yeah, words.
I haven't had.
all-
Yeah, I need. Renegade,
we all
you
do
need
it.
to bring me another cup of coffee.
What?
So you need to bring me another cup of coffee.
I about need to go get me another one.
It's either step back there and make me a cup, or walk through this snow that just came down up here and through the freezing cold weather to go get a cup. I'm good.
Well, I know one thing. Raging, he's probably got his engine running. I know I've got my diesel heater running.
Mm-hmm.
They're selling them a lot. I saw one the other day. I was on, can't remember whose live stream, and I think it was Ken's and live stream, and I said you can get them for $139 right now. They've gone down.
They're about $120 to $130. Depending upon, you can get them for less than $100 depending on who you go through. Now, the ones that are like $99, that's the ones you have to assemble and make your own, get it all assembled and put it together. But like the one that I've got where it's already done, it's like $120, $130 for it.
Yeah, but it's still ain't a lot of money. I mean,
hey, I'm glad I've got this one compared to most of the guys that will have to go get them an old, like a Craftsman plastic toolbox and everything and put it in and mount everything in. I mean, you literally have to mount everything from the heater itself.
oh yeah.
I mean, that includes the mounting plate into something, hook up your fuel lines, and everything. Like,
I believe it.
when I saw this one, it was already all put together. It's like, that's going to be a lot better and simpler and a lot easier.
A buddy of mine just bought one of those diesel heaters for his semi truck because he bought it. It's his first truck. He couldn't afford an APU. He bought one of those, and he says, "You know something? That thing works awesome."
Yeah, they do.
The hardest part was teeing in. He didn't want to have a separate tank, so he just teed into his fuel tanks. That was the hardest part, but other than that, it works. He says that he won't run out of fuel, but that thing works.
Yeah, and I guarantee it keep the cab all nice and warm. That way, you don't have to worry about running, say, the truck engine all night. And they don't use a lot of fuel because, I mean, like I said, this one here, it's got like a 1 gallon tank on it, and I can go 8 to 9 hours on a full gallon of fuel. And
That's always
right now,
good.
yeah, and one thing right now is that tomorrow I'm going to see about getting out. I'm going to talk to a guy. He owns his own wrecking yard, and I'm going to go talk to him, see if I can't get some of the motor oil and everything. That, when he has an engine come in, say the engine's blown up, if it's got oil and everything in it, see about getting it, because I want to do is try and get the diesel and that motor oil all mixed together and run in that, see how it does. I've heard about people doing it, but I was thinking like a probably like 3 gallons of diesel to 2 gallons of motor oil.
Is that thing injected?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's got a fuel pump and an injector on it.
Yeah, but if you got to have the ratio exactly right, like Pull Bear Ed
How you
said.
did that?
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, I probably started off with maybe 4-to-1 ratio, 4 gallons of diesel to 1 gallon of motor oil. See how that does. If it works fine, I may see about increasing it some. You know, maybe 3.5 to 1.5.
Uh-huh.
You know, start, trying to figure out, just doing that small increase. And when I get to the point where it's, not wanting to work right, then okay, fine, I'll start going backwards. But I mean, I'm basically giving up trying to find a supplier around town here as far as getting the off-road diesel or kerosene. I mean, I know a place over in Waxahachie, but is it worth me driving that 15, 20 miles away to get that, to come back, and then come back here just to save $1 or $2 compared to going over to my local, Murphy's and buying, spending, say, $15 on diesel. And to me, it's like, no, it ain't worth the time.
Right.
Now, if I was going to be, say, buying 50 gallons of it, and it's going to save me $30-$40, yeah, I could see that. But saving, a couple of bucks, hell no, I'm wasting more gas and time going over there and back. That's the way I look at it. Now, unless, like today, we
Right back. I got to get some coffee.
But, if I'm going to make a special trip over there, then yeah, I might see about it. But I've already got the diesel already. And I still can't find anybody locally that has off-road diesel.
That's crazy.
Now, would a Love's sell off-road diesel?
They
It's the
should.
same as reefer.
I've got a Love's that's a few miles down the road.
It's basically the same as reefer fuel.
It is. Yeah.
Now, where would they have that at? Over where
Right
the
at the
regular,
fuel island.
at the fuel island, like where the trucks do pull in?
Yeah.
Yep.
You go over there, you swipe your card, and you know actually what kind of fuel you want. They've got a reefer button up on the screen. You hit reefer, and you skip the rest of it.
But not all pumps on all Love's. You've got to watch it, at least up where I'm at. Not all pumps have reefer fuel. Like you got to look. Like some of them, not all of them have DEF fuel, but not all of them have reefer fuel because it's not as big of a commodity as it is in some areas. So you just have to go in there and look.
Appreciate you being here, Sergio. But I mean, like I said, that Love's, that's not, it might be 10 minutes away at the most.
I have never ran into a Love's anywhere that didn't have reefer fuel at the same pump as the diesel fuel.
Believe it or not, the one up near Binghamton, New York, has one like every other pump. They just started that this year. They took out a whole shitload of reefer pumps.
Because every reefer pump I've ever ran into is the same as the diesel pump.
Actually, they're separate up here, believe it or not, for some reason. I don't know if that's because we got more farms up here, which could be. But yeah, they are. They're actually separate. They actually have it on a separate pump.
Is the reefer fuel cheaper?
Oh yeah, big, like 25, 30 cents a gallon, depending on where you go.
Yeah. And it's red too, probably.
Yeah, it won't matter what he's using it for.
Yeah.
So,
No, it won't matter what he's
Sergio,
using it for. No,
Want to sit on Daddy? Come on.
Sergio,
Yeah.
that's pretty much true. Yes, they are basically almost different types of fuel, but almost the same types of fuel. They both come out of the same damn pump most of the time.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why they got them separate here, but I know what you're saying, though, Regent. A lot of them are the same.
The tax is less tax on reefer fuel than for your
Yeah,
truck.
because the reefer, they don't. They don't tax us at. They
Right.
only
Right.
tax the reefer.
Hi guys.
Now, for like Nainer will be taxed, just not the same.
Off-road diesel is cheaper than, regular diesel. And off-road diesel has red dye in it.
Right.
So does some reefer fuel. It's the same. Reefer fuel and off-road diesel are basically the same crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It's the same thing and everything. And it's designed for, like you said, off-road. That way, it's like Mark was saying last night that at one time he actually got pulled over and they actually checked his tank.
They do.
Yeah,
And
they did it down here. They did it in Grand Chenier. And that's a Highway 82 is a lonely highway. I mean, there's a DOT guy pulled him over. Pulled my buddy over. He had a diesel truck and sucked some out of his tank. And he had red diesel in it.
Yep.
And he tried to tell the guy, hey, I ran out of diesel and all I could get was from a farmer. And
And they don't care.
yeah, they don't care. But
Yep.
that wasn't the case. He just told the guy that.
Smart
he
man.
was getting it from the fuel dock.
So reefer or off-road says what, about 20, 30 cents a gallon cheaper?
Down here, it's more than that. It's like, I think it's 60 cents a gallon cheaper for off-road. That's how much tax
every
there
state's
is on crap.
If
Yep.
if you go over to the Loves,
Hey, Anthony.
And
go over to the truck
And-
side of it.
Hola, everybody in chat and on panel.
hey,
Really
Jamie,
pay attention to prices. Hey, Jamie. Now,
Hey,
if you were down by Jamie, I would tell you definitely go to the fill 'em up station she goes to, because golly, it is cheaper than anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, let me.
But you should be able to cut that diesel with cut it with like buy a half gallon to like a quart or so, or used motor oil. I wouldn't be surprised if it'd run it.
Yeah, well, that's what I was just saying. I'm gonna talk to a guy tomorrow I know it's got a junkyard and see what I can do about getting some of the motor oil from him.
You just gotta be real careful, Maynard, that it's not that it's really is oil, because a lot of those people will put in antifreeze and mix. Yeah, you gotta watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Or gas.
I know, but what I'm saying is get that and do a blend. Maybe start off with like 4 gallons of diesel or 1 gallon
Miss
of
Carol,
motor
Jamie,
oil,
how are you?
and run it through there and
Yep.
see what it does.
I don't blame you. Worst it could do is gum it up a little bit. You might have to clean it, so it won't be a big loss.
This is actually starting to get to the point where I didn't do any servicing on it since I've had it. What I need to do is get it taken apart and do the cleaning on it. Get all the carbon and whatever buildup in there.
I'm actually thinking of buying one of those diesel heaters and using it for a spare heat source in my house.
You can. Like I said, I'm using it to heat the garage right now. And now when it was, super cold out here, like we had last week, and now it wasn't, keeping it, nice, comfortable, say 75, but I guarantee you I turn it on and I'm not seeing my breath after a while.
Right.
It was
Yeah,
so
that's
cold
always
out
good.
here, and this garage is not sealed up.
No.
I don't have insulation in it or anything like that. And I
Plus
got
a dirt floor.
Well, yeah, plus the dirt, the dirt gravel floor. There's cracks in the wall still. Different holes here and there. I mean, yeah, I put a ceiling up and everything, but that's not even sealed up. There's still gaps in between those boards. I haven't gone up there to fill in yet. But
Doesn't surprise me.
Once I do get that done and do a few other things, seal up in here, yeah, that diesel heater right there, that would probably be able to heat the whole garage up. If not, yeah, I'll go get one. Have one for this side. I'll have one for over there.
True. Hey, it's better than a salamander heater.
My garage with one of them versus my 220 electric heater that I have out there.
You'd save money.
I said, I wonder what the difference in cost would be to heat my garage.
One
of those versus my electric heater.
Well, whatever the cost of diesel is and everything. Like I said, I run this thing on. It'll run about 8 to 9 hours on a full tank of diesel.
Wow.
And
yeah, but how many gallons is that?
1 gallon.
Oh God, yeah, he'd save money. 220, 220. What state you in?
Florida.
Oh God, yeah. You'd save a bundle. But
What
actually,
kind of-
here in Florida, diesel. Actually, in Florida, even down there with their diesel's a little more. It's ain't as bad as where Maynard is. You'd save a bundle. Of course, too bad you didn't have a mini split in there. Mini split would do it too, because then you could have AC and heat.
I need AC out more than I need heat.
Diesel's
Mini
cheap
splits.
in Texas. Diesel and gas is cheap in Texas.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, if you look up a company online called Arctic Air, they sell mini splits for less than $1,000 for a million 5 pounds, I believe it's called, 1.5 pounds, whatever the million pot. I don't know how they just put it, but my mini split was I got a dual head, 1 compressor, 2 heads, and I can actually use them for heat and AC if I wanted to, but it's forced shot air. They're not that bad. It's called Arctic Air.
What kind of 220 heater you got? One of them little contractor buddies?
Yeah, I don't know about that, but you can see it in my videos. Some of my videos, it's by my table that's hanging on the wall.
Okay, I got a 220. The name of it's a contractor buddy. It's red. I got it from Tri-Parish Electric for like $160.
Wow.
You normally run about 180, but I get a discount over there at Tri-Parish for business. So, but it's about 14 inches high, and deep.
Yeah.
Now, hey, it'll heat this house up in a skinny minute. I mean, that fast, it'll heat this house up. But this house is insulated. It's not insulated.
I like.
So it cools down quick. And that heater, I mean, well, that was with a electric water heater, electric dryer and electric stove, three something a month, But something happened this past summer that smoked my electric through the roof. But everybody, and nobody was expecting it. And everybody was complaining. One guy had $1,000 or $1,200 electric bill. And he was like, it went up from 150 to 1,200. What's the deal? They said, oh, you've been running your air conditioner too much. And he was like, no, something's wrong. He went and checked his numbers and all that outside and compared to what was on there. The numbers on the electric bill was way over than what was on his meter a week after he had got the bill. So he didn't burn all that electricity. I think there was a glitch in the computer system for them smart meters.
BW, now, see, that's what I do on my diesel heater. I've actually got a hole drilled in the side down over there, and I've actually got the exhaust running outside. That's what they're telling you to do, is running it outside. Of course, I've got that little, they call it a muffler. I don't see it really being that really, but I mean, I put it on. It's got it, quieter outside compared to what it was. So yeah, you definitely need to run that exhaust and everything outside.
Yeah. yeah.
I
Yeah.
got
That would,
this stuff called rain right here. I don't know what that shit is.
$500 to $700 a month on the light bill.
Damn, that's a lot.
I could show you my gas and electric bill and give you guys heart failure.
Yours is probably what, about 1,000?
500 to 700 on electric tariff. Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to show you, give you. I hope everyone's sitting down or holding on to something,
I am.
because I will make.
My electric bill's only like $180 a month.
Yeah. Well, like I said, what Crystal was saying, we usually go ours a month between electric. Usually with electric, water, and gas is about $250 a month.
Yeah, ours, electric and water, it ranges between about 150 and 200.
Now, this is what they put on my. This is one. This is. Can you see?
Daniel. Almost $1,500.
That's 1 month.
Of course, that is New York prices.
Yeah.
And that's for one person with that. And everyone says turn your thermostat down. You know what I said? Bull crap. I work hard. I want to stay warm. And if I could I've tried it. I turned it down to 65. It wore more sweaters and used blankets and stuff. It may drop it $100 a month. Screw it. I'll pay the extra $100.
What is the base price of your bill, though?
That's everything. That's gas and electric.
Okay, I got you now. You see, so
I got a gas.
My gas and my electric is around the 200 range.
That about 100 of that is gas and the rest is electric. Because I got a gas boiler. And believe me, I haven't done it. I'm gonna start this year. That's my new goal, to try and cut that down. I got a whole house generator, and I got a 100-gallon propane bottle out there. Well, I'm going to have delivered. Suburban Propane company around here is going to deliver me a 12-foot tank, 12-foot long, whatever, 4-foot high propane bottle, and I put it behind my house. And I'm going to see how much I can run this whole house off that whole house generator.
That's 1,000 gallons. Dimensions you just said. That's 1,000-gallon tank.
Well, if I can run, I want
actually cheaper for us here in California. Like when I look at my utilities, the gas is the cheaper of the two.
Yep.
Well, mine is too, but mine is not New York State Gas and Electric is the company I got. They're actually owned by the Swedes. They were sold out to Sweden. We're not. I mean, they create our power there, but the Swedens are making the money. It's not even an American-owned company anymore. And I can get and I can use natural gas from them to run that propane generator. But I'm going to change the orifices in it. I'm going to convert it to propane, and because I can have that tank filled for $300. It's a whole house generator. It's whisper quiet. You can sit in this house. No one, the neighbors can hear it. My generator is out in the backyard, like 100 feet behind the house. And it will, if the power goes off, that'll kick on automatically. And I ran that thing on a 100-pound tank for 3 weeks, and it didn't run out of those 200-pound tanks. So if I can get that big tank delivered, filled for like $300-400, and run it for 4 or 5 months on that whole house generator, I'm gonna call up NYSEG and say, get your damn power lines off my house, or I'll cut them off for you.
A 100-pound tank is 25 gallons.
Yep. Well, if I can do this whole house for less than $100 a month in propane, I'll cut off from the power source and I'll buy another whole house generator for a backup and run the two back and forth.
Yep.
See, in Florida, we can't do that. It's against the law to not have lights
Yeah, but
through the
he's
lighting
talking.
company. Huh?
Oh,
You
talking about
can't
how
go
much-
with a generator or solar, 100% solar and all that. You still got to have a light bill through a light
Yeah.
company. Or
Yeah,
electric
but they
company.
get, yeah, that's true. Cause my sister still lives in Fort Myers, but there's no law saying how much power you have to use. 'Cause my sister has one.
Yep.
So there in Florida, you do have to have a power company, Renegade.
Yep.
Yeah.
That don't mean you can't go out there to the breaker box and turn them all off.
Right.
Yep. That. See, we're the same way with water. Water here. My water bill is like it's cheap actually. It's like $89 a month for no matter how much water I use. I mean,
Ours is $18 a month for water. If I use more, like what this month will be, because we got a lot of extra company, so many bats a day, plus all the water I've been running extra for a few minutes, every half hour. But
yeah.
It'll go up $1 maybe, or $2.
Yeah, but see where I spend on water.
5,000 gallons for a flat rate, then 1,000 gallons after that.
Yeah,
It's like $5 for 1,000 gallons after.
Hey,
But
so-
that ain't much different though, Maynard, Cajun, because that
water is
includes my water
18,
and garbage.
Our water is 18,
Water
and our sewage is flat rate 12.
Yeah, I don't bet my sewage bill is like my sewage bill for the year is 12, $15 a month. And but that water bill that $89 water bill includes my garbage pickup. I can put 10 bags of garbage in front of my house every week.
Yeah,
Don't ask me
well, we
why
have
the garbage and water are
pickup too.
together, but they are.
We have garbage pickup too. That's included on our in our sales tax. 1 meal.
Yeah.
That's just like here, through the city, our water bill, it's water, sewer, and garbage is all through the same. So we just pay that one bill, that one a month. But, like Crystal was saying, for electric, water, and gas, we're spending about $250 a month. It's probably going to go up a little bit more this month because we had to run, the water because of the cold and everything. But it's not going to be that much more. It might be another $5, maybe $10.
Dancing alone, Reynolds paid $1,400 total. Jesus Christ!
For 6 months, damn. Yeah, that's $1,400 for 6 months on 2 different houses. Oh, for 2 on a rental house. Wow.
My sister's power bill down there, it ain't bad for, I mean, considering her house is like 3,200 square foot. She's in Fort Myers, Little Gem Circle. I don't know if you're familiar with that area, Renegade, but she's in Little Gem Circle near the Fort Myers Brewery.
All right.
Like $275 a month, something like that. She pays in power, but everything's electric there. She don't have gas.
Yeah, it's all electric here too.
Yeah, that she don't like it. Believe me, she misses. It's one thing she misses from up north is having natural gas.
What's just gonna suck for me is when we go with these electric stoves here in California. I like my gas stove.
Yeah, I do too. I hate electric stoves.
No, you can actually physically, I mean, there's no way around it. You can cook better on a gas stove.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I prefer gas over electric all day long.
Yeah. I got gas stove. Hell yeah. Natural gas. Hell yeah.
My mother loved electric for some reason. She loved her electric stove. She loved how you could just turn it down. She had that smooth top where she had the inverter top. You put the pan on, it heats up real fast. Take the pot off, put your hand on it, you won't burn yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No thanks. I'll take gas all day.
Don't learn the old it's hot, don't touch it.
Hey,
I know
my
one
father
thing-
said, "You burn yourself, too bad."
Well, I know
you burn
with,
yourself too fucking bad. Go to work.
Right.
Go home.
with Crystal, I know the fact is that, when she moved down here and she found out I had, natural gas stove and everything, it was like, oh, good, because she had electric up there, and she hated it.
Oh yeah.
I like the natural. I like gas stoves so much because I worked in the restaurants for so long, and also just growing up, that's what we had.
Yeah. Well, most professional chefs tell you.
It's going to be a damn nightmare in California when they're trying to ban all this gas stuff, and then professional restaurants are going to try to convert over to electric.
You don't think they're doing that? They're doing that here too. They're doing that here too. Believe me, they're doing it here.
You're in New York, right?
I'm in the East Coast, California. That's what it's becoming.
So no, in a professional kitchen though, there's like you want these quality meals and from these culinary professionals, you need to have that product.
Yeah, you need to have gas.
There's no way around it, unfortunately.
It's not going to go through. I guarantee you, it's not going to go through.
In California, it will.
No, it won't.
Gas and
They're fighting it right now. There's something new that just came out, and they are fighting it big time.
Trash.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the like what Anthony's talking about. A lot of the restaurants and businesses that rely on natural gas for their business, they're going to be coming out fighting says no, because it's like where I was working at doing spray painting. The oven that we had there, it ran off of natural gas. So if you've got a company that relies on that, and then say here in Texas, oh well, you got to switch over to all electric. You're going to have places like that. They're going to be going, no, we rely on natural gas. We're not going to spend $100,000 to $200,000 to convert over everything to all electric, which means our electric bill is then going to be going up.
The only problem with that is if they do away with the gas, you ain't gonna have no choice.
Yeah,
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're going to be, businesses like that could be fighting it.
So the last restaurant I physically worked in professionally when I was working as a chef or a cook or whatever you want to call me, we had 2 wood-fired ovens.
Oh, I bet you that was nice.
These were not gas-fired by any means. These were real. I had to get in there at 5 a.m. and start the fire every morning.
Bet you the food was good though.
Yeah, no. We had 2 of them. Now, here's the thing though. When you have that, that's something special. And we were open kitchen, so the customers and clientele would come in and see it. And we'd be making pizzas. We'd be throwing pastas in. We'd be doing everything live in front of them. We'd be doing all this fancy stuff. And I'm in California, and we have spare the air. We can't burn it. This company was willing to spend buku bucks on wood.
Oh yeah.
We were getting quarts, hand over fist of almond and oak. In all honesty, I think almond's a better burning wood. Oak burns for a long period of time though, but it overpowers your dishes.
Yeah.
It takes
Sounds like it would.
Stuff.
Well, right. Well, pecan, it also gives off that nice smell and everything, but it also will burn hot too.
Yeah, pecan will, if you smoke meat or sausage with pecan, it'll give it that pinkish color.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but you got applewood.
I'm just very depressed about they're trying to enforce this crap on us here, and it's depressing. I'm like, you're trying to regulate how I cook my food.
And the bad
Yeah.
part
Can you
about it
imagine
is,
how much longer it's going to take for restaurants to cook food using electric versus gas?
No
Well,
thanks.
it's insane.
oh,
I would
Like-
literally I would make a stock on a stovetop for 2 hours and then leave it overnight on a pile of light and walk out the door.
I like to see how McDonald's out there is going to start frying.
You
their
will
French
never
fries.
have anything like this ever again if they start banning
Ugh.
all this stuff. You're gonna
Maynard,
lose
hey,
all
don't
your
mention McGrease.
food. You're gonna lose everything that made fine dining what it was.
Well,
They'll
okay.
just make
Here's-
the deep fryers mater, and they'll just make them run on electric burners.
Yeah,
Stick
but
down
the
in
thing
there,
about
just
it,
like the
you're
little
not
small
going
ones you buy.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to get a company like McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, or anything like that to want to, spend all that money and switch everything over to electric fryers. I mean, Burger King is supposed to be a charbroiled, which means they've got a gas flame and everything. How's that going to be if they're charbroiling their burgers?
Well, they won't be
And they can't.
if they do away with the gas.
Yeah, but charbroiling is you're using gas, you're not using electric.
Yeah, you have people up in the high up positions that don't really have a brain, it seems like.
Well, the biggest problem that I found out is that company, which is CARB, which is what California Air Research Board or whatever, I found out that not a single person is elected by the people of California. All those people, they basically have been given their job, and the legislative of California will listen to them compared to the actual people voting.
That surprise you?
No, that's how backwards they are.
I feel sorry for anybody that lives in California. If anybody takes offense, no, I apologize, but I do. I feel sorry. My cousin moved to California, and he found out.
Trying to
My
get
cousin
out.
moved to I don't blame. My cousin moved to San Diego. We told him he was nuts. He sold his house. He lived in Richmond, Virginia. Moved to San Diego, California, and he took his excuse me, his old
You see what
the
Terry
80
said?
Yeah.
he took his old pickup out there. And because it was over 10 years old, they said he had to have it recertified, and then they said he can only drive it for a toy. He couldn't drive as a daily driver out there.
I tell them, take it to
All
Chevy
right.
where the sun don't shine. This is what I got.
Yeah, California wasn't. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't know anybody lives there, but he says that anything over 10 years old, there's certain areas you can't have a car over 10 years old or 12 years old in California. You can't own it.
That'd be all well and fine if the state wants to buy you a new one.
Dancing along with rentals. My understanding is that we are trying to ban natural gas resources to our homes in California.
Yeah, they're doing that everywhere. They're doing that here too. And people here are saying like, but wait a second, what about the rural areas? There's places that they don't have the power grid. It's like me. It's like I wouldn't
live
even
in a
imagine.
metropolitan area, in all honesty.
And that's also another thing, like Rich has brought up. Power grid in California already sucks as it is, and they're
Yeah.
wanting everybody to switch over to electric. That's going to put a more strain on the
Our
existing
power grid is already
Right.
stressed out enough.
Yeah.
And you're going to be doing more to it. That's
They're
gonna be
already
like
telling
what
people days they can't charge their cars out there. I've heard that on the news. There's people out there in the news. They're being told, well, can't go to work today because you can't charge your car unless you can walk or ride a bike.
Alright.
But my gasoline motorcycle that gets 280 miles a goddamn gallon is fine versus the electric motorcycle that Harley came out with, the Livewire. It gets
Wow.
110.
That's crazy. And how long does it take to charge one of those Harley bikes?
That I actually don't know, in all honesty.
and just like any other EV out there, it takes, what, an hour or two just to recharge it, and that's not in full capacity.
Well, I know when my cousin plugged her EV into my house on a 110, my power bill went up drastically.
I bet you it did.
All right, well, I need to
At
shut
the night.
this down. Yeah, well, it's already 9 o'clock, and we need to get in there, and we got trash and everything to get ready because unfortunately, I checked and garbage guys didn't. I guess they didn't show up Friday to pick up. So gotta get out there and get everything put away and put up and the other things and get ready for bed.
They
Got
went
lots
for a
to do.
3-day weekend. Come on now, Mater.
Yeah, right. But anyways, I gotta shut this down. So let's start going clockwise with Cajun saying goodbyes.
All right, everybody. It's good being north of the grass. Be safe, stay that way. And as always, love, peace, crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Leave top.
Raging?
All right, everybody. Y'all keep those wheels spinning, your beavers grinning, and have a great Happy New Year. Catch you later.
Briggs?
Happy New Year, everyone.
All right. Renegade?
Take care, everybody. Mater, I'm glad you let me come up. I'll see everybody tomorrow at 2.
All right.
And Happy New Year.
Anthony?
That's my favorite holiday.
Thanks for having me, Mater. I'll catch you all down the road.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody's been here. Like I said, you never know what we're going to be talking about here tonight. And we talked about a few different things. So, but anyways, I appreciate everybody's been, open panel and everything. Everybody that's come in chat and everything, appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. As Ragin says, Hulk smash it. And I appreciate everybody's been subbing and everything. I didn't realize that, I'd gotten up to 420. That's really surprising. I've gotten, like I said, I'm surprised on that. But I appreciate it. Because, hey, if it wasn't for you guys, the channel wouldn't be growing the way it is. So, all right. Well, everybody, y'all stay safe. God bless, and good night.